Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jesse Heck Creative. Today we're going over the Marvel Legends Fantastic Four-Wave Retro figures. Let's get to it. So here's Mr. Fantastic. I really like this figure a lot. He looks pretty cool. He's a remold of the old Mr. Fantastic figure from the Walgreens wave, as well as the Super Skrull wave. I like how the body looks, how the arms and legs look. It's a really nice kind of dark shade of blue with a nice shade of white. Could use a bit more paint on this belt over here. It's kind of a shame. And it's painted pretty nicely around the collar. The head is reuse. I do like it though. It's pretty cool. And I just find this figure to be a remold, but the colors really make it striking. There's a little bit of paint missing over here. It's kind of a shame. But yeah, it moves exactly as it would the other one. I already did the articulation for the other figure. It's their same pretty good articulation all around. It's really nice actually. I do like this figure a lot. He looks pretty cool. So we have Mr. Fantastic out of the way, and let's go over some accessories in here. He comes with a nice lab coat over here. He also comes with the lab coat arms that go over here, and he also comes with these weird salad finger hands that are very creepy and strange. I wish he came with some kind of better effect like the other Walgreens one, but that is to be seen if we get that in this color or something. So what you do is you take off the arms, which I don't think I've done in a long time. Come on off. There we go. You pop on the coat. And this is a really actually nice coat. I like it a lot. It's a little too long for my taste as far as lab guys go. I prefer to use the Deadpool coat from the Hitmonkey 2-pack. You pop in one arm. You pop in the other arm. And then you take off these hands. And you put them on. And this is him in his lab coat. He looks pretty nice. He could use like a beaker or like a folder or something like that. But yeah, this is pretty neat. I like this guy a lot. He looks really cool in the lab coat. Actually he does look pretty good in the lab coat. I might keep this for a little bit, you know? I'm not a big fan of these salad finger hands though. They do fit on the arms though, if you want to put them on like this. It's really weird. Just stand up a little bit over here for me, please. Please. Thank you. No. Bad, Mr. Fantastic. Bad. Yeah. So, yeah, these are just weird on him. It's like, I don't know, maybe you could do this, some kind of weird multi-arm thing. I have no clue. Yeah, he looks good with the lab coat on. I prefer the arms without the weird fingers, but I might use this in some kit bash. Somewhere down the line, you know, Bruce Banner hasn't been made yet. I love to see him. Here's the rest of the Mr. Fantastics from the Walgreens wave and the Super Skrull wave. And now the retro wave, and also here's Jesse Heck Creative. Oh, my very own lab coat. Thanks, Mr. F. Taking a look at Sue Storm here really quick. Boy, this face is ugly. Everyone's been saying it to death. Personally, I don't care either way. Whatever. It's whatever to me. I just don't care how bad or good it looks. I'm not really going to, use this that much, I don't think. I prefer the other face from Walgreens and the other face from the Super Skrull wave better than this, but just whatever. I don't really care. I like the hair a lot. The body is a reuse again of the other Sue Storm figures. Her hips are a little wobbly for some reason. I'm not sure why. A little bit loose. That's a shame. I do like the 4 tampoed on that. That's really nice. The belt is pretty good. This hole in the back is weird, but you could do some kind of flying effect on that. The legs look really nice as far as this goes. A little bit thin around here. Kind of weird. Single jointed elbows on her. Doesn't really go that far up. Kind of a shame. And it's just kind of somewhat a letdown of a figure. She comes with this effect over here. She comes with 2 fists. I don't need to tell you how you put them on or anything. It's easy. Just snap them in. That's it. But this fits into this effect right here. It's kind of difficult or whatever, but once you get in, it just goes in, and it's pretty neat. That's good. Now, this is what I've been waiting for years now. The full-on clear version of Sue Storm. This is great. I love it. All the flaws of the head are hidden by the sculpt. This is just bad paintwork right here. This is awesome. I love this thing. I'm not sure if I really, there are some little nitpicks I have, like you can actually see all the inner workings and stuff. And there's like numbers written on here, probably for production, issues and stuff. But it's a great figure. I don't want to move it too much because, that thing about plastic that's really, could be brittle and, clear. And it just worries me. But yeah, I'm going to keep this on my shelf. She looks really nice. She comes with this effect. It's different than the other one. This one's a little more clear. This one's a little more sort of opaque, like bluish. Looks really nice. It looks how a cartoon would look if it was invisible. Yeah, it's a great figure. She also comes with 2 fists. Same exact thing as the other Sue Storm had over there. But yeah, this is a great Sue Storm. She would go great in any collection with any other Sue Storm, I think. Despite the hair, it doesn't matter, honestly, whatever. It looks really cool, though. And I can't complain about her. She's awesome. So here we have all 3 Invisible Women. We have the one from the Walgreens wave, the one from the Super Skrull wave, and now the Retro wave. I like this one the best, even though the head isn't that great. It'd be great if I could swap it, you know, but I didn't really want to. I kind of like keeping this one as is. I just love the colors on this. It's so crisp and clean and clear. This one's fine. This one's a vast improvement, though. And also, here's Jesse Heck Creative. You ready for hide and seek? Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Huh, I can't find her. Anyone know where she is? So here's Psycho Man. He's an all-new sculpt. I love this guy a lot. I really find that if you have a new release of Fantastic Four, you can easily make a new sculpt of a new figure or something. They did that with the Doom. They did that with, I think, actually the original Fantastic Four, because I knew they'd sell for Walgreens. But yeah, this is great. I love this guy a lot. He's really cool. These weird tubings are nice. I actually was thinking of taking pieces from this guy and making them into Serpentor for G.I. Joe, but seeing as he's probably coming out this year, I'm not going to. I'm going to keep this guy as is. So, Psycho Man. Who is he? I don't know. I love his look, though. He's very old school. He's very, like, retro-futuristic, in a way. He's like what they thought the future would be like back in the 50s when Fantastic Four came out and stuff like that. So let's just go over this guy's articulation real quick, and then we'll get to accessories and stuff. Head moves around on a ball joint, up and down, all the way around, whatever you want to do. Arm moves up, all the way around. Swivel at the bicep up here. Double jointed elbows over here. Strongman. His wrist moves around, up and down on this side, and then up and down on this side. Is a little tight. I haven't moved it in a while. My apologies. The chest doesn't really move. The abdomen moves. Very clicky. Moves around. Goes back this much. Forward that much. Get a little bit of side to side. You know, get a little stretch in there. Legs go up a little bit, hindered by this sort of skirt piece right here. I don't mind. Goes out this far. Up, yeah, back. Not that much. You know, isn't that great. Twist around here. This is a hoop, so it's not going to be disturbed. You can go all the way around and have no fear of it breaking. This is really a problem, though. It's obscured a lot by the hoops. You can go back this far with the lower one, and back this far with the upper one, and back this far with both. Also, we have a pivot at the foot down here. Pivot, and then down, and then up. Again, it's hindered by these tubes a little bit. Look like sandals or Crocs or something. And I think they're actually separate pieces. So if you take the foot off, you can actually take this off and make it a sandal. That's pretty neat. You can just, you know, take all these tubing pieces off, I think. How are these all connected? They're all glued to the front. Okay. So they're glued to the front and not too much on the back. But yeah, he looks super cool. I like his look a lot. He comes with this little sort of data pad with fear, doubt, and hate. Apparently his power is he can click this button and make you fear or doubt or hate, you know, all those feelings, all those emotions. Controls your emotions. How it fits in his hand, like this. Pretty easy. Pretty simple. I'm saying that, failing. Kinda, I don't know. I mean, it fit before. It's not gonna fit now, I guess. But yeah, it's really weird. You gotta kind of sort of wiggle it in his hand. You have to kind of, it's a sort of a hollow plastic, so you have to kind of bend it a little bit, which is a shame, because it might break later on. But there he is, holding his data pad, thinking of which button to punch. So yeah, Psycho Man's really cool. I like his accessory, I like his look, I like his feel. He's like a very brutish kind of character. The data pad is cool, it could be thinner. I like the, you know, words on it and stuff, and beware, because paint could be really bad on this. So yeah, that's Psycho Man for you. And he's pretty cool, and a really sort of creepy kind of guy in a way. He can control your emotions, it's very sort of scary. I love his look, and I love the colors, though. Here's Psycho Man next to the retro Dr. Doom. And they both look pretty good together with that green and stuff. And also here Jesse Heck Creative. Fear, doubt, and hate, huh? What about courage, confidence, and caring, you monster? Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also click the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. So much like Sue, her brother Johnny has a different form. We have the classic Human Torch right here with all the cool lines on it, like the comic. It reminds me of the first Marvel Legend I ever got in Blockbuster of all places, back in the early 2000s. It was between him, Hulk, and Dr. Doom. I'm not sure which one I bought first. I think it might have been Doom and then Human Torch, or Human Torch then Doom. Maybe Hulk first, I'm not sure. But yeah, that's my little history of Marvel Legends, way back to Blockbuster Video, a place I can't even buy Legends from or go anymore, unless it's in like one state. They have like one more left. But back to Legends. So, we have the one that came in the wave, and the one that came in a special box set, similar to how the Invisible Woman was in there. So that looks really, cool. I'm glad we have this. I wish we had a flamed on version of him in the blue and black suit, not the black and blue suit. We already got that, just to complete out the trilogy of Fantastic Four teams we got. So, setting this guy aside real quick, let's focus on this one. I'm worried about him, by the way. He has these wobbly hips that are just kind of, loosey-goosey. It's weird. This clear plastic thing, as much as I love it and how good it looks, it's going to suffer in a couple of years, and I'm kind of scared about it. But let's enjoy the figure while we have him. So, as far as the head goes, the face, it's pretty cool. Looks good. I like it a lot. It doesn't really, I don't know if it bears so much profile resemblance. Not that much. I don't see it there. Yeah, maybe the nose. I don't know. I think they tried as best they could. But yeah, the head shapes are way different. This one's smaller, and this one's bigger. So that's kind of a bummer right there. But the hair is pretty cool. The paint is good on that, Looks very nice, at least to me. This comes off right here. That's pretty neat. This little sort of flame thing. But you want to keep it on because it's all like, on fire and everything. These come off too. You can put them on his arms or whatever you want to do. But he already has flames on there, so there isn't really much of a point. I like to keep on the legs just for a little bit of variety and a little bit of, a little bit of color down there. It looks a little better than all that red. I wish it was a little more orange. That's another issue of mine. But he has articulation that is the same as other figures. I'm not really going to go over it. He does have butterfly joints, which are pretty good. He has a good range of motion. Nothing's going to, scrape into each other or break, I don't think. I just hope, at least. These hands are pretty cool. You can take them off and put on the fist over here. And it just doesn't look as striking to me. I don't see the point of having this. I wish we had a different one with another flame effect. Maybe alternate hands, the opposite, where we'd have one open, where we have two open, two closed, and they both have flames on them. That would be the day. But I think it's a rehash of the hands that came in the other Mr. Fantastic, the other Human Torch way back when in the Fantastic Four. But yeah, this is a solid figure. I like it. I love the nostalgia factor. I wish this were painted more on the back. That's a shame. They always, skimp on the back and work on the front. And I wish like these were a little bit more aligned. It's a good figure, not my favorite. I'm just worried it's gonna break in a couple of maybe a couple years or so. Setting that aside, we have the unflamed on one. I love this figure a lot. The blue and orange is very striking. Looks really good. I think this is also the same body mold, I believe. So yeah, that's fine by me. Same flames, same hands. They're actually all sculpted. They're actually painted white and sculpted in, I believe, the translucent. So that's another thing to watch out for when it comes to that. And I think the peg is actually a solid color, or at least a solid plastic instead of translucent, which is great because it's not going to, break over time. That's good. I'm glad. This is the better figure, I think, of these two. So yeah, same body molds and everything. It just looks really striking. Same things with these down here. Gives him a little color, a little flair. He also comes with these two fists, but why put them on him? Actually, you know what? There is a reason. If you want to have him fully flamed off and, fully extinguished, walking around not on fire, you could put these on and make him look sort of more, normal in a way, I guess, I believe. And he looks actually way better like this, I think, without the flames, at least if you want to have that kind of thing. But yeah, this is the best Johnny Storm we got. I wish we got, better, different versions of the original ones with the sort of teal blue. But these are like my favorites, I think, of the Fantastic Fours I have. And I'm glad these retro guys are great. Just, keep them coming with the variants. They're awesome. I love it a lot. But yeah, that's Human Torch for you. He's super cool. I'm worried this one might break, but this one's going to probably, you know, be part of the main team and just stick around for a long time. So here's all my Human Torches, and geez, it's a lot of Human Torches. Okay, let's go over it. A kit bash I made with the Walgreens Mr. Fantastic and the Scarlet Spider head, and we also have the effects from this figure over here. That was fun to make. I love the Scarlet Spider head in this guy. Gives him that cocky Johnny Storm look I like to see. We also have this figure right over here. It's the Bucky Cat mold version of him. It looks really nice, but it's very outdated nowadays. And I wish they'd just redo the original, you know, Fantastic Four guys. That'd be great. In a box set or something. There is a lot of good sculpting on this guy, and good coloring at least. But it just lacks the newness of it. Then we have the Super Skrull one, which is the more modern, at least, interpretation now. A little more buffer, a little more bulkier than this guy. And he looks way better, I think. But he does not come with a counterpart turned on Human Torch. So that's kind of a shame right there. Comes with a lot of good effects, though. That's great. These guys, we've already seen. They're great. I prefer this color on this body. And these sort of effects. It's pretty, you know, cool. Yeah, I love this figure a lot, too. And here's Jesse Heck Creative. Hi, I'm Jesse, and this is my brother Johnny, and that's my other brother Johnny. Rounding out the Fantastic Four is The Thing. I love him. He looks really cool. Really nice sculpt work on him, and a little bit good paint work too. I missed the black wash, honestly. I'm not sure if they gave him a gray wash or that's the lighting, but it's good to me. I still think the original is king, and this one's still pretty good. If I could kit bash them both, I would, you know. But I actually did way back when. My first, I think, ever foray into kit bashing was taking one of these legs off from a different thing and putting it on to one that I liked, because a lot of the paint work was kind of sloppy on that first run of things. So yeah, going to this thing, he looks very imposing, big. The rock texture is really nice. It looks really cool. The sculpting is great for this guy, and they should just put out more versions of him with the jacket, with the helmet, with the Fantastic Car. I don't know. But yeah, so this guy is great. I still think his fists are kind of shrimpy. Very small. I don't know why I didn't change him yet. Hard to take off a little bit too. But yeah, these hands are just way better. If they made the fists like maybe 25% bigger, that would be fine by me. He looks much better like this. This head is just plain garbage. I mean, it just gives him this big rock man look. Like something out of Neverending Story, I think. I remember seeing that kind of rock man thing a while ago. But yeah, he's just okay, I guess. You know, looking at the head. Yeah, it's very stupid. Look at this. They put a little paint on his tongue. That's a nice little touch. But doesn't redeem him enough for me to keep that head on for longer than a minute. Putting this back on. A little snap. It looks much better. I love this kind of look, this gritted teeth and everything. Looks very nice. This orange sort of Cheeto Puff thing on here, I don't know. Not a big fan. Not my cup of tea. The articulation's pretty okay for a big guy. You know, he doesn't have too much in the way of articulation. He can swivel his arms and move them around if he wants, but not the bicep. He has sort of a limited range because I don't want to chip the paint. And the paint already chipping over here a little bit, so that's kind of a shame. The legs move fine, I guess. The feet have that Cheeto dust on them again. You know, nacho cheese, whatever it is. I think it's nacho cheese. I'm just going to call it nacho cheese sauce. He's been eating wrong again. On his head, too. On his back. On his shoulders. I wish it could have been kind of a little bit to his back. Actually, there is a little bit. Tiny bit. Tiny little bit. You can see it barely. You know, it's there. They did something to the back of the figures, by the way. On this guy. You know, little something. But yeah, he's not my favorite of all of them. You know, it's a shame, really. But yeah, that's Thing for you. He's cool, but not as cool as I thought he'd be. The pants are good. Some, you know, minor sculpting issues or paint issues on here. You know, a little bit chipping here and there. He also has pretty good... Actually, no, I lied. He has pretty bad articulation up here, you know. You can swivel around, but there's no point having swivel around. So yeah, that's kind of a bummer. Yeah, he's just okay. Why is there glitter in one of the cracks right here? I think I got it off. Okay. Alright, that's Thing for you. So here's all three things, and they look pretty cool. I like the wash on the first one way better. It brings out all the details in it. It looks super cool. I love it a lot. It's my favorite thing so far. It just captures the look of the Thing to me. Ben Grimm. The one in the middle, not my favorite at all. The belt's really weird. The colors are strange. too much like caked on sort of makeup in a way. Looks kind of bad. The new one is a good middle ground. It has some nice clean details on the sort of shorts area. We also have that sort of nacho cheese sort of spray on there. Looks pretty good actually, and it looks way better than the one in the middle at least. You get a nice looking head for it. I wish the head in the middle was, you know, a different sort of, you know, color or application, or at least you can wipe the paint off and repaint it. But yeah, if we had the, you know, body from the first one on the far left and the head in the middle and the shorts on the far right, that'd be the perfect thing. And also here's Jesse at Creative. Whew! Thanks, man. This really gets my back into alignment. So High Evolutionary looks really cool, but other than that, he's just kind of blah and bland a little bit to me. I like all these rivets and buttons. They painted them really well. It looks very nice, but that's kind of it. He has these riveted arms over here. He has all these buttons over here. There is some molding, sculpting, something detail going on here that's breaking it all up. The marbled plastic is becoming more and more marbled. I love this design right here. It looks really neat. Going to the back, all these little rivets, a nice little touch. With all that paint right there, they did a good job with him. He's only like two colors, what? Silver and like a magenta kind of red with those eyes that are sort of piercing kind of yellow. Doesn't really work on my camera. There we go. Yeah, a little more. A lot more detail on his face than I thought there'd be. You know, it'd be nice if they outlined it with some wash or a little bit of silver or something. He has a sort of fin on his head, you know. Looks kind of like a protractor a little bit. He has more rivets on his head right here. The face is very detailed, but you can't really see it too much in the you know, light out here. Get a closer look, closer view. Looks very nice. Pretty good over there. These little shoulder pauldrons right here are very, you know, stiff, but this is flexible, very flexible. I like that a lot. So his articulation, I think this is a new body mold. I'm not sure. Maybe they reuse parts, but no, it actually is a new body mold. 100% new. All the way around. Swivel. Same thing as Psycho Man. Go up. Also pinless, I believe. Yeah, it's all pinless. It's all brand new, all pinless. I'm really glad. Did they do that for Psycho Man? Yeah, they did. I'm just checking on my Psycho Man right here. Actually, he has some rivets on the side as well. Looking at him. Very good sculpting on that. Yeah, I'm not really impressed with this guy as much as I am with Psycho Man. Psycho Man has a really good look to him. This guy just sort of looks like, you know, he's the High Evolutionary, some kind of like head honcho of the, you know, cosmos or whatever, and he looks very boring to me. I mean, his actions in the comics might prove me wrong, I'm not sure. Goes up this far. Very loose joint here, it's a shame. Swivel around. Pivot. A little tighter over here, but not by much. That's a bummer. Swivels over up here too. Yeah, okay. Yeah, if he came with some better... Oh, and a ball joint here. Crunch down, crunch back. He doesn't swivel, so it's all one piece, I think, actually. No, he swivels at the waist. Okay. I was wrong. Cool. Yeah, not my favorite figure by a long shot. Oh, also his hands go up and down. And up and down. But you're not going to do much with them. I don't know, I don't know. He also comes with the alternate hands. Same, you know, switch them around. Yeah, he's not my favorite figure of this wave. I think maybe even close to the bottom or something. But yeah, High Evolutionary looks cool, but he isn't, really. It's all flash, no substance. New joints and stuff, we can maybe reuse this for somebody, but I don't know. I like the sculpting, but the articulation needs to be wowy or something. And he needs to have an accessory. He needs some kind of some kind of magic effect or some kind of cosmic effect or something cool to set him apart from the rest. Here's the Walgreens Silver Surfer next to the High Evolutionary, and I find the Walgreens Silver Surfer to be a way better figure than the High Evolutionary. It's kind of the exact opposite of what you should do with Marvel Legends. This is all nice and chromed and really cool. This is just sort of blah, with some pretty good paint, I guess. I don't know, I just love this guy so much. Can't stop singing his praises. The shinies over here looks beautiful. The multiple hands he has. The surfboard's really cool. The face paint is really nice. Oh, and also here's Jesse at Creative. You call this a massage? Come on now, dig in there, work those muscles. So here's my ranking of the wave. Overall, I find the wave to be pretty good. Not my favorite, absolutely. Lot of reuse. But it's reuse in service of new costumes or old costumes or retro costumes or whatever you want to call them. I like the wave a lot. It isn't my favorite wave of all time, but it's still pretty good and really good. And solid offerings from, like the special figures in there, and no Build-A-Figure, surprisingly, but I think the 2 special figures of the Invisible Woman and Human Torch really help round out the wave and look really cool. It'd be great if this was like an Annihilus Build-A-Figure wave. That'd be great. I love it so much. I love Annihilus. It looks really cool. But yeah, let's go over the heights for these guys real quick before I go more in depth into every figure. So, Sue Storm, about 6 inches tall or so. Least favorite because of that head right there. It's just Abomination, and just a reuse of the other figures in the previous waves for her. Same with him, 6 1/4 inch Mr. Fantastic. He's a nice figure, just doesn't really cut the mustard for me. I have no use for the jacket. The weird salad fingers are strange. He's a reuse completely of the other figures in his waves as well, the other previous Mr. Fantastics. The High Evolutionary stands at around 6 and maybe almost a half inches tall. Very close. He's just boring to me. I like his look. It just doesn't really wow me as much as it probably should, and that's kind of a shame. I wish it came with some kind of magic effect. It's really weird. 7 1/4, maybe 7 1/2 inches tall for the Thing. He's a reuse again of the other figures in the wave, or at least the other things in the wave. Previous stuff again with these 2 as well. It just all reused, and it's a shame to me. And I wish it would, something better. Give me something a little bit better, something more. And the other head sculpt is worthless, by the way. But I love the Thing, and he looks really cool. And this Cheeto Dust Wash is okay, I guess. We have the Human Torch at around 6 1/2 inches tall. I love the nostalgia factor with him being one of the first Marvel Legends I got from Toy Biz, yet I worry the plastic is going to look bad in a couple of years or break, and also the back isn't really, painted and striped that well, yet he has enough accessories to get him by and looks cool enough. It's just a cool factor and nostalgia factor for him. Invisible Woman stands at around 6 1/4 inches tall. 6 inches tall. Again, she's a reuse of this figure, yet it's way better done. It's something we've been waiting for a long time. I'm really glad that we have her in the collection now to use for an Invisible Woman. Maybe give more invisible heads to match the other figures. That'd be cool. So you could double dip, triple dip, get this figure a bunch of times. Yeah, that's really nice. We have the Psycho Man, maybe 6 1/4 inches tall. I love his sculpt. I love his look. I love everything about him. If only that fear, hate, doubt thing would fit better, and he just had maybe another accessory or a couple hands or so, he'd be number 1. He looks really great and amazing. I really like his look and everything. The articulation's hindered a little bit also. If that were fixed too, he'd be number 1. And number 1, Human Torch, 6 1/4 inches tall, maybe 6 inches. He's awesome. I love the look on him. The deco, it's a reused head, a reused body, a lot of reused parts, but they make it look really good. It's all about the look in this case. As far as a lot of reuse goes, he's just super cool. I like him a lot. The colors are amazing, and his articulation is really good too. I'm just really proud of Hasbro to finally get the great Human Torch figure unmasked and unflamed. Did they just do that for the teal one with the black? That'd be amazing, and finally just fix our Fantastic Four collections for good. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Heck Creative. Feel free to click like, subscribe, share, or leave a comment. You can also visit us at jesseheckcreative.com, where you'll find more reviews like this one. Thanks again for watching, and keep being creative. Stay tuned!